Don't worry. I know everything's vanished here, but it's all over there now. I know, I've got a couple of things to tidy up, but we're doing okay. So if I want to do any Warhammer painting or whatnot, I can just pop over there, grab what I need, bring it back without taking up any valuable desk space. It will be here, quick as a flash. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. I know, it was a terrible pun. No, I'm not sorry. It's all I've got, I'm afraid. So I guess we're both just going to have to deal with it, aren't we? Hey, look. First of all, cut me some slack. This is about take 38 of this video. I keep messing stuff up. But I got some good / interesting news for you. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. UK time, right here on YouTube, I will be doing the first live podcast. And my special guest will be none other than Ethan Van Sciver, Caligula of Comicsgate, Caesar of Comicsgate, hot dog vendor, or maybe just a very good artist, really. Whichever one he prefers, I'll call him by it. And we're going to discuss comics. We're going to discuss the state of the comic book industry as well. I think it's going to lead to some very interesting conversation. No doubt we'll go off on plenty of tangents. Most likely end up talking about pie. But 1 p.m. UK time tomorrow, Thursday, 9th of April, 2020. 1 p.m. UK time. Adjust your clocks accordingly right here on YouTube. It'd be great to see as many of you turn out as possible. I think it's going to be interesting. So, with that said, let's get into the topic of conversation today. And I'm taking this from Pink News. I'll tell you why in a moment. The Flash movie may now get cancelled after shocking viral video. Faux Ezra Miller grabbing a fan by the throat. Proofreading. Who needs it? You, probably. Right. So you may have seen a couple of days ago this video emerged of Ezra Miller. He's going to come into shot on the left-hand side. And this young lady, she's going to come into shot on the right-hand side. Already 7 million people have seen this. And I'm just going to play it to you now so you can get full context.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro. Fight? You want to learn?
Okay. Oh, boy. So what happens is this girl's coming up, sort of like smiling and giggling and laughing, sort of like giving her arms a little bit of this. Ezra's saying, you want to fight? You want to fight? Grabs her by the throat, pushes her into the back of this, I don't know, looks like coffee truck or something. And then still with his hand on the throat, takes her down to the ground, which is really dangerous. When you've got one hand on somebody's throat and you put them towards the ground, anything could go wrong. Anything could... So yes, not particularly wise. So, the reason why I chose Pink News is Ezra Miller identifies as queer. Pink News, of course, deals with all kinds of stuff to do with the alphabet community. So I thought, and this isn't meant to be a slight, but I thought if anyone's going to be more sympathetic towards Ezra Miller, it's most likely Pink News. They're probably going to give him the best spin possible because, let's face it, when any celebrity does anything, any indiscretion nowadays, you just have the same voices on Twitter, cancel them! Okay? So if you get a different perspective, and it's always good, folks, to get a different perspective, to hear different voices, maybe, just maybe, it'll allow you to put things into perspective for yourself. But even Pink News doesn't seem to be particularly sympathetic towards him here. And they go into this article with, after fans were left stunned as footage of actor Ezra Miller appeared to grab a fan by the throat before hurling them into the ground. The upcoming Warner Brothers The Flash film may be cancelled. According to a source from the movie studio familiar with some other stuff, the video, which went viral Monday, sent shockwaves across Warner Brothers, who are now allegedly hesitant to go along with the 2022 release date. As the backlash towards Miller intensifies, some fans of the DC Comics franchise now want Grant Gustin, who played the Flash in the CW TV series, to star as the lightning-fast hero instead. So first things first, what do I think of this? It's not good. It's not good. We don't know the full context of everything that happened here, okay? But there are a couple of weird things. First of all, there's been no word from Ezra Miller, and that's not a good sign, okay? Because if it was a misunderstanding, if there was a joke here, and we caught just a snippet of it, which took it completely out of context, normally you get an immediate reaction from, Ezra's team, because he's going to have a team of people. And they're just like, look, this was just a joke. We were filming it as a bit of a giggle, and it's been taken out of context, yada, yada, yada. But when you don't tend to say anything, and this isn't always the case, but it is invariably the case, a lot of the time, it normally says that you're trying to come up with a spin. Or something is going on behind the scenes to try and rectify the situation. Maybe a chat with them, a little bit of gratification, a gratuity going their way for them to change their story or whatever. Or his team to come up with some sort of story of Ezra's going through some difficulties at the moment. He's going to take some time off in rehab or something along those kind of lines. Or they're just going to get Kevin Spacey to come out and go, I'm still gay. I am still coming out. But that's normally what you find when things go silent. But it doesn't... Yeah, grabbing somebody by the throat and pulling them down to the ground is very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. And it did look a little bit too rough. A little bit too rough. Now, let's get into some other stuff, right? Get rid of this Flash film, okay? I don't think this Flash film's gonna go anywhere. Not Grant Gustin. We'll get onto Grant Gustin in a moment. Ezra Miller's Flash was real hit and miss. He was put into Justice League essentially as comic relief. A lot of the jokes fell flat, massively flat, and he just came across as very annoying in a lot of instances. His character wasn't even developed, but that's a huge problem of the DC extended universe because there's a lot of characters which weren't developed. Cyborg wasn't developed. Aquaman wasn't developed. The Flash obviously wasn't developed. Wonder Woman had one film. Batman had partial film, of course, with Batman v Superman. But these were underdeveloped characters because the DCEU rushed itself out instead of taking its time like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They wanted to play catch up and they wanted to cut corners, and they ended up with a lot of mess of films. Films just being a complete and utter mess, which is a shame because I think Gal Gadot is fantastic as Wonder Woman. She's got a great look about her. She's stunning, absolutely stunning, and I thoroughly enjoyed the first Wonder Woman film up until around midway through Act 3 where it just went but up until then it'd been very good. Ben Affleck's Batman, I thought he really didn't get a fair rub. Should have had a standalone film before any of this sort of came out as well to really build that character. Probably do the death of Jason Todd storyline so it could feed into his vengeance, his anger, why he changed in this universe, although Batman doesn't kill. So that in itself was highly annoying. But Affleck had a great look. The costume was amazing. It was, it felt very comic-y. To me, it's the one that felt the most comic-y out of all of them. And then Henry Cavill. So frustrated. You've got almost a perfect Superman there. He's got the look, he's got the build, he's got the acting chops. What didn't he have? Didn't have the script. He didn't have the material to work with. And it's such a shame because I think Henry Cavill is a great guy. He comes across as a great guy, really down to earth, really grounded, very personable. If he had the right material to work with, we could have had a stunning Superman. And I'm glad he said recently that he's not yet done. But is it too late to salvage this DCEU universe? I would personally say so, particularly with Ben now gone, Robert Pattinson taking over. I think you probably really need to build for the future instead of trying to rectify the mistakes that were made in the past, which is such a shame because you squandered an amazing talent. But Ezra Miller's Flash, it wasn't up to much at all. So you get stuff like this. Well, put it this way: if Warner Brothers wanted an out, they've got it right here. And nobody will begrudge them taking it at all. They've got a perfect out. Grab it by both hands. Go in a future direction. A new Flash. Work on a bloody Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie, for God's sake. It could be awesome. Do something like that. The guy couldn't even run, for Christ's sake. His legs were flipping all over the... God damn it. Anyway, so we get this line here. Fans now want gay actor Grant Gustin to star in The Flash. Pink News, he's straight. He's married. He married in 2018. He's straight. Ezra Miller is the queer one. Grant's the straight one. Faux Ezra Miller. Okay. You probably need to do some fact checking. Okay. Never mind. Right. Grant Gustin, I think, would have made a brilliant Barry Allen for this universe, for the DCEU. I think he really would have. Now, I'm separating Grant Gustin from the CW here. Because in the first season of The Flash, Grant Gustin was brilliant. He was really good. You could really see Barry Allen in this character. Again, he's very likable, very personable. He can be light, but at the same time be serious as well. And I think he would have fitted in perfectly to this universe. If they do, because he's still a very young man. He's only 30 years old. So this guy could still go into the DCEU right now and do wonderful things. But they have to separate him completely from the CW crap. All of it. The cast, the job lot. Go. Buy. And recast completely around him, if they choose to do that. But I think he could put it off. Absolutely think he could pull it off. Again, I think he's been a victim of some terrible, garbage, woke, CW crap writing. But he's got the chops, and he's got the look, and and I think he would be very, very good for the role. And he's also got a great sense of humour. This gravestone is actually Oliver Queen's gravestone from the Crisis event, and he's just checking up gang signs. Yeah. So they do have ready available options should they wish to choose it. Or they could just go in a completely different direction, which won't begrudge as well. But to me, what Ezra Miller did, it's not good. And I don't think the film would be a particular success with him in it either. I don't know. I can't see him carrying it as Barry Allen one bit. I didn't think any of the things that I saw in Justice League identified as Barry Allen at all. It was just a guy in a red suit, which was shit. So, yeah, it looks like his film could be gone and should have gone. But look, I'm going to end with a couple of home truths because everyone likes a couple of home truths. If Ezra Miller was a straight white man, he'd be sacked immediately. If Amber Heard was a straight white man, she would have been sacked immediately. You know, it's Hollywood defending their woke statuses here. Absolutely. they're probably looking at, is this going to be a good look if we get rid of Ezra Miller? Just like they're probably saying, is this going to be a good look if we get rid of Amber Heard? But the simple fact of the matter is, do you want to make money? Do you want a successful film? I mean, the guy appears to be a bit of a mess, regardless. So, look, he's in Iceland. He's wearing bloody flip-flops. He's hankering for some hypothermia. But yeah, this could be the final nail in the Flash coffin, which, let's just face it, has been precarious for a long time now. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.